How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I wish I had better internet, but other
Yeah,
than that, I'm doing all right. How are you?
you look fine, man. I wouldn't worry about it. We'll muddle through.
Let's do
So,
it.
how is it? How's everything going? Just give you the basic hello.
Uh, it's good. It's nice to be busy.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be busy, honestly. To be doing what I'm doing. Do I wish I got a little bit more sleep last night? Yeah, maybe. But
It,
I'll try again tonight.
is that the toughest part? Because I have a really hard time going to sleep. Last night, my girl flew in. She was out of town. She flew in, and I didn't go to bed until it was like after 1, and then I'm up at like 4:30 to do the
Between
show.
the
And then I was
between the
like, oh,
bus
great. This
travel.
is this out of
Yeah.
all the mornings, this is the one we're going to talk to Wolfgang, and I'm just
Oh
not
no,
ready.
for sure. No, I think I might have you beat there. Like I have these like sleep gummy
I
things.
have the
Like there's
same ones.
two of them. Yeah, and they're supposed to knock you out, and they failed me last night so hard. I was up. I maybe got 2 hours of sleep,
Have you
and it's
ever have you ever taken an Ambien or like half an Ambien?
I have not like I that's like some heavy duty stuff, and that scares me a
Man,
little bit. But man, I just you know what, a little bit of coffee, and I'm good to go.
my girl absolutely loves Ambien. It's the only way she can sleep at night. And once in a while, like maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, she'll break me off like a tiny bit of,
Little
it's like
something.
not even a half. We have to negotiate what half I'm getting. That stuff absolutely will knock you on your ass. And I
Yeah,
can see why people love it so much, but then you become so dependent on, okay, it's time to
yeah,
sleep. Let me take half an Ambien. That's when I wake up 3 hours later and I realize that I've made a complete meal in the other room or I drove
yeah.
somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. I think I would rather struggle than get scary and weird and dependent on something like that. But hopefully, usually if I have a bad night of sleep the next night, I make up for it.
Did you know
Uh,
that the schedule was going to be this hectic for you when you started? I mean, I mean, obviously you're fantastic at all the instruments. We already know that you play everything. Your sense of humor has to do you so well because when I watch the videos and you playing your own characters, it's almost like a Zach Galifianakis directed your videos. But did you realize what you were getting yourself into?
uh, I don't know. I don't know if I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, but I know that in order to I don't know. I think I was always from the beginning prepared to do whatever work necessary.
Yeah.
Uh, I really to build something from the ground up for myself. I don't know. I'll do whatever I got to do.
Is the payoff for you as good as you envisioned it? Because once you finally get there, I've talked to artists and comedians, and they talk about this thing that they want, the unattainable fame or the goal, and you get there. And does it feel like you got there, or is there something beyond reach
Well,
still?
I don't know because that's not where I mean that's not where I want to be. I just I want to find. I don't know if I have an end goal. I think I just want to find a rhythm
Yeah.
where where I'm able to make music and play with my friends and my family and make a comfortable life for all of us together where we can do this together and be happy and nothing bad ever happens ever.
I've had conversations with you in the past. I don't know if you remember, probably not. I mean, you talked to a zillion different people, but I was left with the impression of just, total peace, and that's such a achievement because you seem so
Sure.
peaceful.
Certainly something to strive
Yeah,
certainly something to strive for
you're
sure.
pretty soothing to talk to, actually. It's like talking to my
That's very
brother that
kind.
I haven't seen in a while or something. It's a really cool, you have a calming quality about you. Do you hear that about yourself?
I do this radio show on Sirius,
Yeah.
Classic Rewind. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of hit me up going like, dude, your voice is so relaxing. And it's like, wow, it's very kind.
You know, if music doesn't work out, you could make like sleep tapes where you just
Yeah,
like
just be an ASMR streamer or something.
you kind of like talk people into their slumber.
Exactly.
Oh,
Or you know what? Oh, you know what the peak of that job would be? Would be doing like voiceover for like nature documentaries, or like
yeah.
the at
You should use that in your next video. You should do
yeah,
something like
let's
that.
do that. I would love to. I'd love let's maybe that's my next, that's
There
my
you
dream,
go.
to do a Planet Earth documentary.
The end goal is he wants to be on
Yeah,
the Discover Channel.
that's the goal.
So, playing another celebration at the end of the world first, probably the shortest title that I've ever played. But when is that a song that you fumbled your way into, or have you had that in your bank for a while, or were you just messing around and it just happened?
It was a very loose idea I had since I think like 2016, that just
Yeah.
never really uh you know coalesced, so to speak. And I think I really had a desire for more upbeats. I mean, because that this kind of song didn't really exist on the first album. So it was really that born out of that drive of like, I want a fast, kind of thrashy, upbeat song. And so it was that, and that's kind of what set the tone for the whole album, was finding and achieving that song. Um, yeah, and I really just think it's set the pace for everything, because overall the album is a very aggressive, I think, more heavier album in comparison to the first one.
You know, and what's interesting about that is that your place on the radio, it's definitely a sound that's been missing. You know, I play this. I don't want to mention different artists and whatnot, but you play stuff, and sometimes I'll sit here and just go, "Oh God, I've got to play this again." And then yours comes on, and I'm like, "Good." It's a complete running change of pace. You know, I don't want to say fresh and new, but it's not a Mentos commercial. It's a piece of rock and roll that I don't think radio listeners across the country have really been treated to lately.
Thank you. That's a very kind thing to say.
It's
Yeah, I
cool
mean,
that you
when it
found your place there, that it the mass acceptance.
yeah, that's a thing I never expected. You still got some work to do in that respect. I think that work will never be complete, but I've got a big shadow I'm working under. But for the people who do listen to it and see that I have merit on my own outside of what my last name entails, is a very huge that people giving me a shot as my own person, not as the Van Halen boy.
When I watch the videos and I see your the comedy of you that just kind of comes easily. Have you had any like cameo offers for movies and stuff like that?
No, but I would love, that would be fun as hell. I would love to do that. I did theater in high school.
Yeah,
I think I got, my mom is my mom. I've got some of that in me. So that would certainly be fun. That'd be a good time.
that's really
I don't know.
cool.
It's important not to take yourself too seriously. I just, it's nothing worse than the guy who just, folded arm and frowning the whole time.
No way to go through life, definitely.
No, man.
So you're last time that we talked, I'll give you a point of reference. I'm very good friends with Ash, photographer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yes, I remember.
yeah,
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 that was way back in like 2020 when we talked. So
yeah. And
it's
he
been a while.
did. You were with a completely different effort, a completely different band, and he did a photo shoot of that. And I spoke with him. He said, "Oh, Tim, make sure you say hello. He'll definitely remember me," and you do. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
if it weren't for your stunning good looks, your long hair, and your accent, you'd be nobody. He'd be just another guy with a camera.
I love it. Love it.
Do you
Very nice.
when you're touring with these guys, Alter Bridge, Seven Dust, do you commonly hang out with these guys? I mean, or is it
I've
clicky?
known I've known the guys in Alter Bridge and Seven Dust
Yeah,
for forever, since 2007, 2008.
really.
So we're good friends. I love all of them, and yeah, the fact that we're going to be touring together is like a dream come true. If you told young Wolfie from 15 years ago this would be happening, he'd lose his shit.
That's happening August 19th over at Concrete Street Amphitheater. And I was flipping through the website, and I came across, like the store. Your autograph apparently way high demand. I mean, everything that you sign is sold out within like 2 seconds. Your hands must
Yeah,
be tired.
and oh no, I signed a lot,
Yeah.
uh, an unacceptable amount, an amount so high I will never do that again.
Where you're signing, you're like, I've
I think
forgotten what my
next time let's do half, and it's just I don't know, my wrist still hurts. I think I'm going to develop wrist issues
it hasn't
somehow.
hurt this bad
My
since
my
puberty.
signature has irreparably changed. Uh,
Gave
Stupid,
yourself
dumb, long name is now reduced to a W and a scribble.
gave yourself a carpal tunnel with a Sharpie in your hand.
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
man.
Is there any instrument that you haven't conquered? Is there something that you want to play and you go, man, playing the didgeridoo would sure be cool?
Oh
Or
man. Well, thank you for the compliment, but I don't think I've conquered anything I play. I think you're always learning, but I think it would be really fun. I've been always mystified by the theremin. I think that's a hilarious,
I'll have to
weird
go
instrument
set a sinus
to play
medication.
no, it's like that's a great name. Hi, theremin. It's it's like the one where you play it without, like, you choose the frequency, and then it's like it's the spooky ghost whistle sound, like from like
Okay.
Scooby-Doo.
I'll have to Google it and see what it looks like, if it would look good on stage or not.
Oh, it would look weird. It would look weird, but it would be cool.
Man, he's
Would
really nice, but you got to check out his theremin solo. Theremin solo, man. Chicks are just fooling in their tops on stage during the
Oh yeah, theremin
theremin.
works every time.
If I knew how to spell it, I'd Google it, but I think a nap for both of us is in order. Alter Bridge, Alter Bridge out at Concrete Street with Seven Dust and Mammoth. Have you toured around with Metallica? Have you played with those guys? 'Cause you're gonna be up in the Dallas area doing that.
Yeah, we've done about 4 or 5 shows with
Yeah.
them over here in Europe so far, and they've been insane, man. Just to be a part of it is just ridiculous. It's a huge honor. They're so kind. Everybody on the crew is so wonderful. Yeah, and it's been insane. I'm very excited to be there in the States. It's gonna go off. It's gonna be insane.
You changed lives when your album came out, and then you did a tour, and the guys in your band, although incredible, artists, all of a sudden hey guys, guess what, we're going to Europe. I mean, were they all just cool with it, prepared, or were they just like, oh my god, what just
Some are
happened
more
in my
seasoned than
world?
others. John is a bit new to the experience, but he's such a seasoned musician that it's not an issue. Really, I feel like it's more me than anyone that is
Really?
like, this is so new and spooky. But now that this is our second time around here with Mammoth, that it's you get used to it. It's part of the job, and you're just excited to be out.
People like me, they really like me.
I don't know if we're there yet, but it's certainly to see people singing the lyrics when English isn't their first language is
Wow.
a nuts feeling. It's a huge honor. It's
That's
crazy.
like me
Very
when I
nice.
sing Mana. Like I can sing Mana, but I don't know what the hell I'm actually saying.
Yeah, you just kind of hum along. Yeah, for sure.
Mariposa. Man, you've been a pleasure again to talk to. Alter Bridge of Seven Dust and Mammoth. That's Wolfgang Van Halen, August 19th. It's the Pawns and Kings tour out at Old Concrete Street Amphitheater. But you got to go to the official Mammoth website so you can check out the videos. And the album art is incredible, by the way. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, John Brosio, amazing artist.
Beautiful, man. Well, thanks for taking some time this morning with me and hanging out. You've been fantastic, and I look forward to seeing you in Corpus.
Yeah, can't wait, man. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you, man.
See ya.
Peace.